In every game tick, an action is not just a choice, it's a necessity. Imagine combining the weirdest skills that can be trained together for efficient rates, speeding up the overall time to max all 23 skills. The max cape is my goal. I will achieve this in the shortest gameplay time possible. By choosing to be an Ironman, I restrict myself from trading other players and using the Grand Exchange. I have to get everything myself. Welcome to my max cape speedrun Ironman edition, where our ultimate goal is to hit 2277 total by 1600 hours played. I'm about to do something really scary. I have been banking all of my dragon bones, and ever since I got 90 Slayer, all of my worm bones. It's time to use them in the wilderness. The wilderness altar is so much more valuable for me. Look at the worm bones for example. With Wrath Runes, I get 150 XP per bone. At the wilderness, because it has a 50% chance to not consume the bone, I get an average of 350 XP per bone. This helps my prayer to slayer ratio significantly, and while I still need to use bones at 99 slayer, I couldn't help but be slightly nervous thinking about going to the wilderness. So I figured I'm gonna use all of my bones now and hopefully it'll go well. Oh, I just saw a red name, so we insta-log. Step 1 for this process, suicide in the video game. I'm currently bringing you guys back to episode 5, which was almost a year ago at this point. The tile that I just died on is now where my gravestone is located, so the second step is to store the items I want in it. I have to be semi-careful of the amount of bones that I'm risking, especially because I'm an Ironman. These bones were all gotten by myself, and if I get PK'd with them, that's straight up prayer XP lost. This is why I'm so scared of this method. Imagine just straight up losing 200k prayer XP. So we got my brews, super restores, and Kawin Bams in case I get attacked, and then I'll only want to risk 500 of each bone at a time. But hey, 3 different bones, that's 1500 bones in one storage. So once I die to this NPC, all of the stuff in my inventory that goes to my grave will still go to my grave. However, coincidentally, if you remember from 30 seconds ago, my gravestone is currently located right next to the Chaos Altar. More bones, soul runes, and coins. All I have right now is teleports that I can't even use because we're in the level 38 wilderness. I am so nervous right now. I did hire up the boys and give them some work to do, so we do have some protection here. And while that does make me feel safer, it doesn't change the reality that a clan can still log in one tick and kill me instantly. Just to quickly refresh how the gravestone bank works. Right now, if I die, I lose everything in my inventory. The stuff in my gravestone is safe. So right now, I have access to 1,500 bones, essentially in a safety deposit, because I'm only risking 500 in my inventory. And while it does look dumb that I don't have food or anything to heal me, I can withdraw brews and super restores from my gravestone deposit should I be attacked. So instead of keeping food in my inventory, I keep them in the deposit so that I can use more bones per trip, increasing the prayer XP per hour. The timer right below the minimap is how long I have before my gravestone disappears, and as long as I leave the interface open, that timer stays paused. Yeah, so I insta-logged. I was scared. So they killed him, and after being told exactly, you can relax, lol, I logged back in excited to use the rest of my bones. When running low on a stack of bones, I simply just take the new set of 500 bones from the gravestone. And first session completed with 0 deaths, getting 760k an hour prayer. The prayer XP is going to be all over the place since I'm using baby dragon, dragon, and worm bones. However, that trip was 2000 bones in slightly less than an hour. Just for reference, going through 2000 bones per hour as a main with superior dragon bones is equivalent to 2.1 mil an hour prayer XP. Given that I don't have a runner since I'm an Ironman, this rate is insanely good, and only so high because of the fact that I have 25 bone slots per trip rather than the usual 10 to 14. This is how good it is when you're able to store food in your gravestone. I'm a little more comfortable now, so I'm going to try stacks of 1000 bones. Wish me luck. "94 prayer. Same trip, but getting close to the end, 95 prayer. Second trip done with absolutely 0 issues, still about roughly the same bones per hour being used. 1.6 mil total on the prayer tracker now, and I believe I have enough bones for one final trip. Not as many bones as I thought, but still almost 1k left for a final trip. Boys and girls, this is it. I started my session roughly 3 hours ago at 11 PM on a school night, and around 2 AM, we are finally finishing our bones without dying. I realize now I never mentioned why I had soul runes, but the reason was to cast Vile Vigor. This turned my prayer points into run energy, and of course, I could just pray at the altar for more prayer points, essentially giving me infinite energy. Alright, so the return of Slayer, but this time my prayer isn't that far behind. I'm about to get 96 Slayer, and I'm 95.5 prayer. Essentially, I need a little better than a 1-to-1 ratio. Hopefully, a lot of Necros and Heavy Demons can fix this. I have 2.1k points to burn, so it's time to not be afraid of spending. Minus 180 points, but the best task for us, 248 Necros. I just got 96 Slayer but forgot to record it. You know, the usual full-time YouTuber stuff. And just in case you missed the last episode, the reason Necros are the best Slayer task for us is despite being only 30k an hour Slayer, they do net roughly 1 million raw gold pieces every task. We are still a broke boy, so this 1 million per task can go a long way. Here is 96 attack and 2225 total level. I had to make a quick change to our Slayer strategy at level 96.5. I've been slaughtering and extending Blood Veils this whole time, but my melee XP is not on pace to be done with Slayer anymore. So what does this mean exactly? Let's look at a basic melee task. For example, let's say we're meleeing Necros in the Slayer tower. Every damage I deal is usually equal to 4 melee XP and 1 Slayer XP. However, we also had to add the chance of getting a superior, which has 300 health, but instead of 300 Slayer XP, we get 3000. This makes the ratio a little less than 4-to-1. Then of course, we can't melee every task, so we have to consider barraging, which is what we're currently doing. I do barrage and defensive for some defense XP, but it's so minimal compared to the fat amount of Slayer XP that we're getting. This makes the ratio even worse. So at the moment, I have roughly 3 million Slayer XP remaining. I should want to have roughly a 3.5 ratio to comfortably finish around the same time, meaning 10.5 mil melee XP left. Well, I kind of don't. Checking the remaining attack, strength, and defense XP that I need during the last 3 million Slayer XP, I need 14 million. That's a 1 to 4.67 ratio. We're down bad. I was so focused on keeping prayer to Slayer 1-to-1 that I underestimated my melees. The good news is that the EHP police have detected this early enough to fix it before 99. The first step of that process though, as I said earlier, was to unextend and expeditious my Blood Veil tasks. 96 prayer. "97 attack. 97 Slayer. The other fix for my melee XP ratio is to start C-Halleying Tazars. Since I'm an Ironman, when my ult tags a Tazar, I get half Slayer XP on that Tazar. On top of that, there's no superiors here, so the melee XP to Slayer ratio is about 5-1. Each lap, I can grab ingredients to make 12 potions on my way back, since I have to hit the pool for more special attack anyway. This gives me some 0-time Herbal XP, where I'm able to make roughly 1,000 potions an hour, which is about 40% of camping at a bank. Thankfully, I can finish up my last 3 potions per lap in the middle of specs, making the most of my time per lap. With the GP I've been getting as drops or alks, I've been slowly buying 99 cooking. Because I can only do 2 hours at a time because of the hop limit, all these gains happen over just a few days. 93 cooking. Jumping ahead a little bit to level 96. For the remaining of my cooking XP, I decided to cook up something. I have been holding the NPC who sells Coambams on one tile in this corner on 5 different worlds using 5 alt accounts. This way, all I do is tap my keyboard on my Ironman to hop, and he's always in the same spot for me to buy. It makes cooking a lot more convenient than potentially zooming out and having to find him, and even faster because I never have to waste a couple ticks walking. The 450k an hour cooking rate we're getting here is the real time rate. The tracker doesn't pause when I quick hop, so in the last 60 minutes of real time, I've gotten 450k cooking XP. That's how good this method is. 97 cooking. 98 cooking, and I guess in this clip you can also see my ult in the corner with logs lighting fires. And the final session, thank God, 99 cooking. You guys know the drill at this point. I ran out of blood runes, so I had to go get more essence so I can runecraft blood runes so I can slay again. I'm really hopeful that this is the last session I have before 99 Slayer. Alright, 30,000 essence. 9.6 mil cash to my name from the alcohols. I don't think that'll get us far, but we'll see. I'm making the final bits of bracelets for Slayer, and I realized that for some reason the recording stopped just 2k before 99 crafting. So just imagine we got 99 here, because that is what happens, it's just not recorded. Woohoo! 97 fletching. 98 fletching. Even larger, 98 runecrafting. I'm low on essence, so at this point I'll just do a couple more laps and then make my way back to Slayer, hopefully having enough blood runes for 99. Okay, so I'm back to Slayer. Hear me out. I'm down bad on GP, so what if we cut the magic logs in our bank for fletching XP during the run at Tazars? A magic longbow alks are 1.5k. We have about 300 magic logs from Slayer, so that's an extra 450k GP. Not only that, but we get 91.5 XP per log we cut, and then another 91.5 XP per bow we string. This totals to an additional 54.9k fletching XP that we do not have to buy in broad arrows. So on top of that 450k we get in alks, we also spend 330k less on fletching, essentially allowing the whole process to save us 780k. That's right, on the speedrun to max cape Ironman percent, we are doing temple trekking. This is the fastest way for bowstrings, taking me about 5 minutes for 300. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, but due to the specific GP problem on this account, we gotta do what we gotta do. So I just used up all of my bowstrings and longbows. It didn't take that long, so I'm already back to Herblore and Tazars. This Toxzilak that I just got actually has potential. I just realized that I can sell it to the Tazar shop for 14,000 Tokkul. Each Tokkul is essentially 6 GP, so that's an extra 84k GP drop. This is worth more than a whip, which only alks for 76k. 98 strength at Abbey Demons, done. 97 prayer. We're about to go do some PVMing. You heard that right. I can't skill anymore because I'm so poor. I got a Black Demon task, and I was told to look at the Skatizo drop table. According to the wiki, the average GP per kill from Skatizo is 159k. Of course, this includes selling to the GE, which we cannot do as an Ironman, but look at some of the raw GP drops. We have some raw rune items that we could alch, blood and soul runes which will sell for a decent amount at the shop. 20 runite bars is worth about 220k when smith. That's a crazy drop. The 150 mahogany planks will save us about 200k on construction. 25 battle staves, roughly 100k raw GP. And the onyx bolt tips would be a 360k raw GP drop. And I'm not saying I'll get it, but we do have a 1 in 1000 chance to hit an onyx, which we can sell for 260k tackle, aka 1.3 mil raw GP and 1 drop. So with all of that in mind, let's hope we get some really good drops here. $450 soul runes, which is 67k, not bad. Back to back early. Three rune plate bodies, 117k, not bad at all. A little bit closer than I wanted it to be. I got the fucking onyx! That's a 1 mil drop! Holy shit, let's go! Okay, let's fucking go! Oh, I got the pet too. I didn't even notice. Wait, Skodos is the pet, right? So yes, our account is actually 1 in 65k. Unfortunately, after I finished that trip, I realized that I looked at the wrong part of the wiki and the onyx is actually only 70k tackle. That's still a 420k GP drop, so it was still worth freaking out over. On the final kill, I managed a 360k drop from onyx bolt tips. This was the final loot from Skatizo, which totals out to be roughly 2 million gold pieces. It took roughly 40 minutes while averaging 19k an hour slayer. Not to mention, I also got 31 ancient shards, which should allow me to use the arc light for the remaining of 99 slayer where needed. After that, I skipped the rest of the task and then made my way to Black Dragons, which is my next one, and the first kill here, 98 slayer. Oops, I missed it, but there is 99 attack. It has been so long since this method, but we are finally back to see Hallie neck heroes. I've grown to be so comfortable on prayer with all of the bones I've banked, that I don't even need to worry about scattering the ashes anymore. I could just use my ash sanctifier to automatically bury them, which allows me to focus on training herb lore in each run, instead of prayer. See how Necros are the final step to making sure that I finish my melees alongside my Slayer. So far in just this one task, I've gotten 364k Strength XP and 43k Slayer. That's a 8.46 to 1 melee to Slayer ratio. This method is already efficient, but on top of everything, we also make a nice 800 potions an hour for Herblore. This session, I've averaged 128k an hour. 96 defense. 95 Herblore. Melee ratio is a little better now, so I came back to the Slayer Tower. Here is 98 defense. It was also 250 total, so only 27 levels left. 98 prayer. I am currently 66,000 Slayer XP from finishing 99 and 160,000 defense XP. It's impossible to know if we'll end on a barrage task, Abbey Demons, or whatever else is possible. So I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to finish most of my defense XP from Sea Halley in this Necro task, and then assume that we get a barrage task like Bloodveld's next. Bloodveld's would be a free 140k an hour Slayer, however, of course, virtually 0 defense XP, which is why we're wrapping up most of defense right now. I'm now 90k defense and 50k Slayer, so I think I'm going to call defense here. So now it's time to do some testing for something I've never done before. The first thing that I wanted to test was barraging for full XP. So the same method as the Sea Halley, I damage it on an ult and it heals to full HP, and then I log in and barrage the whole stack until they die. Thanks to the alkables and runes that they drop, I do break even, so it's not like I'm spending money on barraging. I did this for about 4,000 Slayer XP and then I realized how bad it was. So I tried something else. Killing Necros exactly how I kill Bloodvelds, by lowering their HP and then bursting for half Slayer XP. The unfortunate thing about this is that it's 10 times more annoying because of the death spawns. However, at this point, I'm just trying to get through the remaining of the task. 137k an hour Slayer? Not bad I suppose, since I don't want the defense or prayer XP at the moment. Let's hope we get Bloodvelds. The second task, perfect. I just finished the Bloodveld task, and now we need some defense and some Slayer. So honestly, whatever happens, happens. We'll adjust accordingly. Abbey Demons! This task is great for defense and Slayer XP. It's probably the best one we could have gotten. 34k defense, 16k Slayer remaining. At this point, we'll finish 99 defense with roughly 8k Slayer left. So I think we'll risk leaving the task and getting a barrage task for the last 8k after defense is done. Of course, I was lucky enough to get a superior for a 4,000 Slayer XP drop, so now we should get 99 defense with only 4k Slayer remaining. This is perfect. This episode might be the best luck so far I've ever had on this account. I got another superior, which is 1 in 200. This perfects my Slayer to be done with defense roughly at the same time. Here we go, the 300-hour grind is about to be put behind us. There is 99 Slayer. And within the same minute, 99 defense. 126 combat, and we are still 98 prayer, but the last level is sitting in our bank ready to be used at the Woolly Altar. I'm sure you guys are insanely curious on the KCs I've had throughout 99 Slayer, so I figured I'd allow myself to XP waste for a few seconds and do a quick recap of them. We have 15,600 Abbey Demons, 15,900 Bloodvelds, 8,400 Dust Devils, 17,600 Necryos, 3,000 Spirit Warriors, and 6,700 Worms. I decided to put together a spreadsheet to give you guys some rough estimations from the main tasks we did. The highlighted column shows roughly the amount of Slayer XP gained from each task. Unfortunately, Tazars are not shown on the Slayer ring, so I had no way of keeping track of those. Some of this is inaccurate. For example, we killed a certain amount of Karen Necryos for more Slayer XP each, however, I have no idea of knowing how many. The 4 mil Slayer XP missing from 99 would have come from Willy Slayer and Lamps before starting Real Slayer, or stuff such as Blue Dragons, Chazars, etc. One final prayer session in the wilderness. Let's hope we don't lose our bones. If I fall short of 99, I have some ensouled heads in my bank that I could use. So overall, we're pretty safe on prayer XP. Only about 2,000 bones to go through this time, should be pretty quick. Got my food and some extra bones in the deposit, along with the boys protecting me again. Unfortunately, there goes the rest of the dragon bones stack, so just my worm and baby dragon bones left. $7k prayer left and 40 bones remaining. This is cutting it super close. Oh my god, I have 4 bones left and we finished. So, as a final recap for today's episode, 99 Slayer has been completed and we did an absolutely amazing job with it. That one 300 hours skill got us 99 defense, attack, strength, prayer, and I guess even hit points if you want to count it. We also got a crap ton of seeds banked for 99 Herblore, which we'll cover in the next episode. Here are our current stats. We are sitting at 2255 total level, 22 levels off of max cape. With 87 hours remaining until we hit 1600, I have to admit, it's looking super tight. We may or may not get sub 1600 hours. All that's left to do is 96 to 99 Herblore, 98 to 99 rune crafting, mining, and fletching, 95 to 99 construction, and then whatever the heck we can afford of 87 to 99 smithing. I'm sure you guys are wondering when exactly we're done, and the answer is later on in May this month. Unfortunately, I do have to specifically wait to receive teak logs from my kingdom for construction. However, it's looking like that will be ready on the final week of May. Everything else should hopefully be completed by then. I will of course keep you all updated before the finale, and if you want to watch any of whatever the smithing grind that lies ahead of me will hold, feel free to drop the follow on kick.com/jcwrs. TY for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and don't forget to drop a like if you did, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.